it's Troy Casey, Certified Health Nut. In an effort to bring you more fun, freedom, and phenomenon, I brought you Alan and Katie. They are the founders of Lotus Way essential oils and flower essences, and I've been using their products for the last few months. I wanted to bring them on the show and have them talk a little bit about their products. Alan is a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, acupuncturist, and Katie is the flower wizard. So guys, tell us a little bit about your company and how you founded it and what these products are all about and the type of people that need them.
We've been around for about 15 years, and what we find is that people are increasingly need more support for stress and not being able to sleep. Maybe they're not eating the right foods, they're not taking care of themselves, and so they just need something to not only feel better, but also accelerate their full potential and expand on what they're already good at.
Absolutely. I mean, what we really saw is that everyone in the last few years, or maybe the last 10 or 20 years, has really gone through a lot of emotional stressors. And so, what happens? Well, we see a lot of physical symptoms come from that, and like people not being able to sleep, having low energy. All this really comes from mental aspects. And so what I have found with my patients is we can actually dissolve those emotional aspects, those blockages, with the flower essences. And that's really the magic that you can find out about.
The cool thing too is when you look at nature, you'll always be drawn to what you need most in the moment. So literally you could walk into a flower shop, and whichever flower or plant you're most drawn to, you can be sure that it has healing qualities that are what you most need. So if you're not a doctor, if you don't go to see somebody in a white coat, if you can see Alan, that's great. But let's say, for example, you could choose a flower from here and it will tell you exactly where to start.
I am always drawn to purple, but this one is really talking to me today.
Interesting. Okay, so it's actually princess flower, but it's for regality. So it's like embodying yourself as a king. So it's like your full, like regal nature and being able to really step into who you are as a king, essentially.
That sounds accurate. I like that. Is this the dominant product that has it in it?
This is divine truth. So this is like the truth of you as a king. You can mist it on yourself. It smells like Palo Santo and rose. You can drop the elixir, which is the more traditional form, into your water, your green drinks, your whatever you're drinking, or you can just shoot it right in the mouth.
I've had this product before as well, and I have it in my meditation room, and I use it before I go live. It's in my podcast and meditation room.
This one comes with a warning.
What's the warning on the divine truth?
After you took it, no. I mean, it really does, like, over time, you really speak truth, even things that maybe you would typically keep quiet, or that would be hard conversations, or things you're like, ooh, how is it going to land? It really just helps you, like, cut to the chase, which actually we're afraid to do, but it helps us connect more as human beings when we do that.
And so these things work on the energetic body. They're much more subtle. I mean, the flowers themselves, they smell great. You could probably use them as perfume, right?
Yes.
Natural perfume that is not going to affect your neurochemistry, right? Because we don't want synthetic fragrances.
Exactly.
These are flower essences and essential oils. They smell beautiful. They smell amazing. But tell us a little bit how they work on the energetic level.
So the kind that you're taking internally and what's underneath all the nice scents is what used to be when we would go out into the wild and drink the dewdrops from the tops of flowers. So this has been like all cultures all over the world, would drink the dewdrops from the tops of flowers. This is just a way to sort of scale that. So if you don't have time or ability to trounce around in nature and be drinking dew every morning, which most of us don't have the time to do that, you can just, have it in a convenient bottle form. What it's doing is it's working through your acupuncture meridians, much in the same way as Chinese medicine. So it's like a little subtle electricity moving through your channels to liberate any static or stuckness and make sure your energy flow is nice and harmonic.
When we're talking about acupuncture, everyone always asks me, what do these tiny little pins do? How do they actually activate and change the physiology in your body? Well, it's really the bioenergetics that actually always move through us and that we know that has this kind of an auric bioenergetic field around us that interacts with our environment. This is actually how we can balance it. And what I notice in my practice is that when it's not balanced, that's when we really feel pain symptoms and we feel physical symptoms that really give us a signal to something's not quite right. And so that's really the best way that our physiology can tell us what's happening in our mental aspects.
And so you've noticed that the products will help balance your clients?
Absolutely. What I noticed too is I just walking into the room, this one is Sacred Heart.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's just such a wonderful way to kind of start and let everyone have a chance to feel themselves and to let go of heart wounds. It really has cut the time for cutting through the kind of how we don't want to be ourselves into really being ourselves very quickly.
I mean, you could spend like years of your life going through therapy, talk therapy, spending lots of money, seeing a shrink every week, or a coach or an astrologer or whatever. But it's nice to have something that just like accelerates the whole process for you, and you can also do it on your own. Or like even physical symptoms, you can't. Sacred body, or your liver is stagnant, you're going to be like pissed off and irritable, right? Road rage. These are all like ways that our emotions can affect our physical body.
And for me, the bare minimum is they smell amazing. My children love them. My friends that I've given them to love them. They smell amazing. Barbero, we got product for him on Christmas, and he used it, I think, in 2 weeks. He loved it as well. And so they're excellent gifts. They're excellent tools. And again, you don't have to think, oh, let me heal myself with these. You could just be like, they smell great. How about that? So you guys have a website. Alan, I've had a session with you.
Yes.
He works here in Phoenix. I recommend it. How can people get a hold of these products or come visit you guys in Phoenix?
So you can find the flower remedies on lotusway.com. There's a really cool quiz there where you just select all the flowers you're most drawn to, and it'll give you a report of everything that you're feeling and what might be your next step. And then you can also find our wellness center at soncenterphx.com. If you're in the Phoenix area or you're coming to Phoenix, we'd love to see you at the center.
Please come in.
I highly recommend these guys. May you experience this yourself. L'chaim. Another way to get it in your body is you can put it in the liquid sunshine.
This is the way to do it. So this is Sacred Body. This one will really help to boost the immune system. And so let's take a nice dropper full, drop it right in the drink. It's honey, so it tastes amazing. So I usually do 1 to 2. I know Troy's the kind of guy that will take 2, so I'm gonna give him 2 right there and just give it a little sip. And it is delicious. You can also do it straight into the mouth.
Yeah, it changes the energetics of the liquid sunshine. So let's review. You can do it internally. You can do it externally with the spray, or even more dense with the essential oil.
Absolutely. This is the way that I use putting the essential oils directly on acupuncture points before working with acupuncture. And I find that amplifies the treatment so much. Yeah.
Cheers, big ears.